It is April 6th, and we are back at the Moneyline Grind. This is the place you go for picks, and lately it hasn't been daily. Just been out of the loop, out of the rhythm, and I don't believe in forcing picks or videos or anything like that without the proper research, because that's how you get losers. We haven't had many picks out this month. We've had some voids. I did put out a couple of picks the other day without a video, I think like on the 4th. Two picks, one voided, one hit. Doesn't count as a sweep unless you get at least two picks on there, so it's not a sweep. The night before that, I think we put three picks out and we lost two. One was voided. So April has just been pretty mid so far. But here I am back at it with three more picks. Make sure you're subscribed because if it's not going to be every day, you're going to want to have notifications for when I do the videos. But we're going to try to finish out the season strong. We had a great March. Hopefully tomorrow I could put together a bunch of numbers about March and what we've done so far with April. But guess what? This one's we're going to celebrate the weekend and just jump right into the picks. My three picks for tonight. We're starting off SGA over 30.5 points, -122. They're taking on the Lakers, but they're playing in Oklahoma City. He averages 27.6 points per game on the season. Last 10 games, he's at 28 points per game. In November, they played the Lakers. He had 36. He shot a lot of shots there. I don't see him taking that type of volume tonight, but the way the Lakers are playing defense, and we'll get into that, kind of just makes it really easy for SGA to get 31 points tonight. They haven't shown too well. The Lakers haven't been good on the perimeter as of late. Maybe it's a matchup thing, but when we look at SGA and his recent struggle, I think that's also a matchup thing. And I think when you look at, I love that line, when you look at, take a look at his mid-range ability, and with the Lakers are playing defense-wise with Luka Doncic out there, it's kind of like a peel and switch kind of. So they're almost allowing, once you get that first step through the perimeter, you're going to get the next two or three steps, and they're going to have the help defense as a secondary defense there. SGA, amazing in the mid-range and very shifty. He can get some fouls drawn if the help defense is coming in hot. Lakers versus point guards lately, not so good. Luka's been targeted. That's where their defense is concerned. They do have, some Vandy. He's normally on bigger guys. Like their defenders, like Hugh Machiura is like they guard like the small forwards, power forwards pretty well. They can play small ball, but the point guard positions where they struggle. We'll take a look at some recent point guards against them. Jose Alvarado gave him 27 points. Curry and Podziemski in the same game. Curry had 37, Podziemski had 28. Josh Giddey recently had 26. So Lakers, they're probably going to lose this game, and SGA is probably going to take advantage of the spotlight playing the Lakers. I think it's a TV game. The mid-range is just perfect for his style, and he should get a lot of those. It's into the free throw line, honestly. So over 30.5 points for SGA. Pick number 2, Fred VanVleet. You always got to get a fade. We're going to fade Fred VanVleet tonight under 13.5 points. This is an even bet, plus 100. So when I see that, at first I'm like, oh, man, am I wrong? And no, sometimes I just spank the books, and I think this is an opportunity right now. He averages 14.2 on the season, 13.8 last 9, but he's under 13.5 points in 4 straight and 5 of his last 6. Golden State defense recently, I always go by the eye test when I'm trying to catch maybe the books lacking. You can kind of see there's like a game or two delay between it becoming just like a fluke, or if the books now have to adjust. And I just think recently they have been locked in. They're a little bit healthier with Kuminga's back. Butler's been back for a while. And I think the chemistry is built there. They allow the second fewest points per game to opposing point guards. I believe VanVleet is going to be a victim of that. They lock up well. They can switch. They can play small ball. It's going to be a tough time. And then thinking how Curry has been playing offensively, where do you hide Fred VanVleet? Fred VanVleet, does you really want him chasing Steph Curry around, or would you rather a longer defender that, when they're a couple of steps behind because they ran through 30 picks before Steph got the ball, at least his arm is in the shooting window? Maybe in a Men Thompson they got the I don't know how they're going to guard Steph Curry tonight, but I know how they'll guard VanVleet, and they'll guard him very well, so we're taking the fade there. And then my last pick, the man on the cover. I typically try to make the guy on the cover, this is a hint, you made it to this part of the video, the guy on the cover is typically like my favorite bet. And it has a really, really good, I should do that one day, go over all the covers and tell you my record on those. But Mark Williams over 26.5 points plus rebounds, minus 120s, over 26 PR in 3 straight in 5 of his last 8. January 17th, he played the Chicago Bulls. He had 38 PR. That was a 19 points, 19 rebounds game. I believe he's two out of 3 games against the Bulls this season, he's over 26 PR. I think he had 31 or 30. He had 32 in the game before the 38 PR game. And then early in the season, I want to say he had 24 or 25 PR. So he was just there. Chicago allows, almost missed what they do against point guards, which is very important. Point guards. Why would I have point guards there? It's supposed to be centers there. But let me just double check that I got the right stat there. Wow. Yep, we got the right stat. I just wrote the wrong thing in my notes. That was scary. But Chicago versus centers, they allow the 5th most points per game and 8th most rebounds per game. Overall, Chicago allows the 3rd most points per game. They play at a high pace and they don't play any defense. It's a fun game to watch. You watch the Bulls play, and they allow the 2nd most rebounds per game, byproduct of just the volume of shots going up. Mark Williams is a guy that can get you 15 and 15 pretty easily, in my opinion. And I think that's what we should shoot for. Those are my 3 picks. How dope would it be if we came back after a couple of days off and got a sweep, which would technically be 4 in a row, because last time on Twitter, you can check the records, I put 2 picks out. We hit. It was Zach LaVine over like 18 points. He got like 25, and now we're here. 3 more picks. We'll rack up the numbers. We'll get paid, and we'll be back tomorrow again. Keep an eye on the Twitter page. I'm trying to put out a little baseball parlay. We're doing really well in baseball, which is weird. Last year, we picked 20 picks out just because it wasn't feeling as lucrative. So far, so good this season. So we'll try to put at least one little parlay out per game. Parlay is usually going to be like plus 150 to plus 250, I would say. And we'll try our best. I've missed out on a lot of Aaron Judge home runs, which is something I would love to bet and probably will bet. But we'll take a look. Best of luck. Let's get that money.